Students were talking and laughing in the cafeteria. Students were talking and laughing in the cafeteria. I was a student. I was a student. So far, so good. So far, so good. Convert. Convert. Did it develop at noon? Did it develop at noon? Until the very end, we are dedicated to completing the project. Until the very end, we are dedicated to completing the project. Do with. Do with. I enjoyed reading an article about famous historical events. I enjoyed reading an article about famous historical events. I'm asking the prettiest girl in my class out. I'm asking the prettiest girl in my class out. I need to buy new clothes for the summer. I need to buy new clothes for the summer. He can ask her out. He can ask her out. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I always look at reviews before making a purchase. I always look at reviews before making a purchase. I'm so sorry, I don't feel like a friend tonight. I'm so sorry, I don't feel like a friend tonight. Then don't we have one drink in the morning? Then don't we have one drink in the morning? Very big. Very big. Despite being young, he has accomplished a lot in his career. Despite being young, he has accomplished a lot in his career. Can you be responsible? Can you be responsible? To complain. To complain. Would check later. Would check later. If it rained, we would take an umbrella with us. If it rained, we would take an umbrella with us. As we talked. As we talked. He visited his parents this weekend. He visited his parents this weekend. Waves crashing on the shore. Waves crashing on the shore. You should not make assumptions about others. You should not make assumptions about others. I am planning to take a yoga class. I am planning to take a yoga class. The hardest exam I've ever taken. The hardest exam I've ever taken. Can you ride a bike? Can you ride a bike? I have a big surprise for you. I have a big surprise for you. Could it be a window cleaner at sunset? Could it be a window cleaner at sunset? To discover. To discover. They could not measure. They could not measure. You should be rude to your elders. You should be rude to your elders. I have a stick team. I have a stick team. I run fast. I run fast. It was a huge success. It was a huge success. Are you enjoying your holiday? Are you enjoying your holiday? I will go. I will go. My grandson was a publisher. My grandson was a publisher. He needs to apologize for his rude behavior. He needs to apologize for his rude behavior. Shall I make you a latte or cappuccino? Shall I make you a latte or cappuccino? I saw the man who was your father. I saw the man who was your father. I can go to class. I can go to class. He should be an aviator immediately. He should be an aviator immediately. My friends were laughing at a funny joke. My friends were laughing at a funny joke. If we save money, we can go on vacation. If we save money, we can go on vacation. We'll join another. We'll join another. Turn back. Turn back. He is very generous and always helps others. He is very generous and always helps others. The woman whose purse was stolen called the police. The woman whose purse was stolen called the police. He may forget to buy food. He may forget to buy food. We must obey the traffic rules while driving. We must obey the traffic rules while driving. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. The error was corrected by the teacher. The error was corrected by the teacher. The bus driver had to get off the road due to roadworks. The bus driver had to get off the road due to roadworks. He wrote an insightful article about the future of artificial intelligence. He wrote an insightful article about the future of artificial intelligence. She will have completed her internship next summer. She will have completed her internship next summer. We have guests in the gym. We have guests in the gym. Is there a deli section in the store? Is there a deli section in the store? Should he blame 10 years? Should he blame 10 years? Do you want to go shopping? Do you want to go shopping? You shouldn't draw. You shouldn't draw. Your mind your decision. Your mind your decision. This is indisputable. This is indisputable. Do you like football? Do you like football? There is a trash can under the table. There is a trash can under the table. I'm not sure what you need. I'm not sure what you need. Do you have a single room available for tonight? Do you have a single room available for tonight? How about trying this cocktail before you leave? How about trying this cocktail before you leave? The house my father built is a cozy cottage. The house my father built is a cozy cottage. They continue in the afternoon. They continue in the afternoon. May not test occasionally. May not test occasionally. He has been learning to play the guitar for a year. He has been learning to play the guitar for a year. We went to the beach and had a picnic by the sea. We went to the beach and had a picnic by the sea. Expiration date. Expiration date. Was not often a filmmaker. Was not often a filmmaker. Annie had a cold too. Annie had a cold too. You know what's going on. You know what's going on. Their stepmother is a golfer. Their stepmother is a golfer. Are you going to visit the museum this weekend? Are you going to visit the museum this weekend? We are learning how to salsa. We are learning how to salsa. We are waiting for your reply. We are waiting for your reply. The cake my mom made was delicious. The cake my mom made was delicious. They are renovating their home and turning it into their dream home. They are renovating their home and turning it into their dream home. We went to Paris to see the Eiffel Tower. We went to Paris to see the Eiffel Tower. Not tested often? Not tested often? How long will it take to get my test results back? How long will it take to get my test results back? The iron is too hot for this fabric. The iron is too hot for this fabric. He's a Tyler soon. He's a Tyler soon. It's 1:45. It's 1:45. Leaves are falling from the trees. Leaves are falling from the trees. While it is time-consuming, cooking from scratch is healthier. While it is time-consuming, cooking from scratch is healthier. They may not have known before. They may not have known before. We'll sort it later. We'll sort it later. Your stepbrother's grocery store. Your stepbrother's grocery store. Sun shining. Sun shining. He was fixing his bike when he noticed a flat tire. He was fixing his bike when he noticed a flat tire. The development of new technology required significant investments. The development of new technology required significant investments. A week later we are warriors. A week later we are warriors. The water is too cold to swim. The water is too cold to swim. The news affected the stock market. The news affected the stock market. How many cars are in the garage? How many cars are in the garage? Did not spill. Did not spill. He is driving a car. He is driving a car. Are you a player then? Are you a player then? He's drinking coffee. He's drinking coffee. I have a stick son. I have a stick son. I have been working from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the last 2 years. I have been working from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the last 2 years. That makes sense. That makes sense. Thanks in advance. Thanks in advance. Meanwhile, we'll start next Monday with the current dev. Meanwhile, we'll start next Monday with the current dev. Her half-sister is the weather presenter. Her half-sister is the weather presenter. I have to sell. I have to sell. He studied abroad for 2 years. He studied abroad for 2 years. I'm going to the library today. I'm going to the library today. Was her half-sister a fashion designer? Was her half-sister a fashion designer? My brother is at home. My brother is at home. He seems lost in thought. He seems lost in thought. Which countries would you like to visit to go on a world tour? Which countries would you like to visit to go on a world tour? He sleeps in his room. He sleeps in his room. If I could, I would start a charity. If I could, I would start a charity. We have an important meeting at 9:30. Can we end this meeting early? We have an important meeting at 9:30. Can we end this meeting early? Despite the rain, they had a pleasant time at the open-air concert. Despite the rain, they had a pleasant time at the open-air concert. I can visit. I can visit. The report was written in haste. The report was written in haste. They play with pleasure. They play with pleasure. Don't they change? Don't they change? I have a lot of work to do today. I have a lot of work to do today. I will go to school tomorrow. I will go to school tomorrow. We had already reserved a table before we arrived at the restaurant. We had already reserved a table before we arrived at the restaurant. It has 2 notebooks on it. It has 2 notebooks on it. What kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you like? Have I blocked it now? Have I blocked it now? I took note. I took note. Were her grandchildren carers? Were her grandchildren carers? On the weekends they swim in the lake. On the weekends they swim in the lake. After 3 months, you can go to the doctor. After 3 months, you can go to the doctor. I won't go out if it rains. I won't go out if it rains. Sometimes you go to parties. Sometimes you go to parties. If I had a time machine, I would visit the future. If I had a time machine, I would visit the future. We watched a documentary on TV. We watched a documentary on TV. Have we sold 2 evenings before? Have we sold 2 evenings before? How about going to the museum on Saturday? How about going to the museum on Saturday? If you want to continue, please continue. If you want to continue, please continue. They had been searching for their lost dog for weeks and were thrilled when they found it. They had been searching for their lost dog for weeks and were thrilled when they found it. The result of the report was deemed insufficient to make a decision. The result of the report was deemed insufficient to make a decision. What will you do at 9? What will you do at 9? Why did you tell me it's just a stressful time? Why did you tell me it's just a stressful time? I went to the market to buy something to eat. I went to the market to buy something to eat. I've already seen the sunset. I've already seen the sunset. They used to go shopping every Saturday. They used to go shopping every Saturday. I won't be a producer in a month. I won't be a producer in a month. Do you have any food allergies or intolerances? Do you have any food allergies or intolerances? While the project is ambitious, it is certainly achievable. While the project is ambitious, it is certainly achievable. Rarely could. Rarely could. I would not rest next year. I would not rest next year. I know the boy next to your brother. I know the boy next to your brother. How do you say this thing? How do you say this thing? The legacy of her activism continues to inspire change. The legacy of her activism continues to inspire change. I'm meeting with John after work. I'm meeting with John after work. Should it be 5 a.m. later? Should it be 5 a.m. later? Your daughter is a lawyer. Your daughter is a lawyer. I'm not feeling well, he told us. I'm not feeling well, he told us. What did you buy? What did you buy? I hide every day. I hide every day. They read books in their spare time. They read books in their spare time. Have you blamed before? Have you blamed before? They went to Thailand and visited many temples. They went to Thailand and visited many temples. When do you prefer cake? When do you prefer cake? The children played in the park all afternoon. The children played in the park all afternoon. The concert starts at 1900. Sharp. The concert starts at 1900. Sharp. I normally juggle. I normally juggle. They still have not received their package in the mail. They still have not received their package in the mail. Wasn't he the assistant chief every day? Wasn't he the assistant chief every day? I have been waiting for you in the garden of the school since morning. I have been waiting for you in the garden of the school since morning. He drank a glass of water. He drank a glass of water. Doesn't he kick? Doesn't he kick? I'm going to the dentist. I'm going to the dentist. Also take a look. Also take a look. I thought you would help me. I thought you would help me. Your half-brother is a lawyer. Your half-brother is a lawyer. I will have lunch at 1 o'clock. I will have lunch at 1 o'clock. Can make jokes often. Can make jokes often. Learning English can help you in your career. Learning English can help you in your career. Are you ready to order? Are you ready to order? Why will they? Why will they? I will work hard all day. I will work hard all day. His colleague was a businessman. His colleague was a businessman. He may forget to bring his umbrella. He may forget to bring his umbrella. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see anything. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see anything. Sorry for being late. Sorry for being late. I'm in the same room as you. I'm in the same room as you. When are you leaving school? When are you leaving school? Must be challenged. Must be challenged. Were we an apprentice fortnightly? Were we an apprentice fortnightly? They should develop normally. They should develop normally. We went hiking in the mountains and saw great views. We went hiking in the mountains and saw great views. My mother was a great cook. My mother was a great cook. Your mission is nonsense. Your mission is nonsense. Was your friend a gardener? Was your friend a gardener? Is her brother-in-law a teacher? Is her brother-in-law a teacher? Where is all your money? Where is all your money? Should we clean up last year? Should we clean up last year? Is a concern. Is a concern. Then it may appear. Then it may appear. The English language has many interesting vocabulary. The English language has many interesting vocabulary. I don't like spicy food. I don't like spicy food. The house is beyond the borders of civilization. The house is beyond the borders of civilization. Can't he be a night watcher? Can't he be a night watcher? As a customer, I see relevant products and offers, so I prefer to shop here. Buying a mix of my groceries. As a customer, I see relevant products and offers, so I prefer to shop here. Buying a mix of my groceries. Can they watch? Can they watch? Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Do you mind if I join you? Do you mind if I join you? How much will my treatment cost? How much will my treatment cost? Can they thrive at night? Can they thrive at night? Shouldn't we be gardening in a second? Shouldn't we be gardening in a second? I often go to the office. I often go to the office. He will graduate from college next month. He will graduate from college next month. Where can I find laundry detergents? Where can I find laundry detergents? If you need help, I'll be there for you. If you need help, I'll be there for you. How many chairs are there in the office? How many chairs are there in the office? We must always increase. We must always increase. You should be mayor. You should be mayor. Can we make any changes to this plan? Can we make any changes to this plan? Can you help me tie my shoelaces, please? Can you help me tie my shoelaces, please? He is watching a football match on TV. He is watching a football match on TV. Are we building now? Are we building now? Were your parents florists? Were your parents florists? We'll join soon. We'll join soon. Yes, breakfast is included in your room. Yes, breakfast is included in your room. Who did you talk to? Who did you talk to? They may not normally contain. They may not normally contain. Children are playing in the park. Children are playing in the park. He was writing a letter when the pen ran out of ink. He was writing a letter when the pen ran out of ink. No matter what, always be kind to others. No matter what, always be kind to others. What is your address? What is your address? I want to go shopping, she said. I want to go shopping, she said. Where can I find baking supplies? Where can I find baking supplies? An investor? An investor? The next part of this journey went much faster. The next part of this journey went much faster. If only they could meet their favorite celebrity. If only they could meet their favorite celebrity. Should we be soon? Should we be soon? They usually go on vacation in the summer. They usually go on vacation in the summer. I'm going to cover my car with a new layer of polish. I'm going to cover my car with a new layer of polish. His half-sisters were messengers. His half-sisters were messengers. The situation is out of my control. The situation is out of my control. Can't support after 4 seconds? Can't support after 4 seconds? Despite the noise, she managed to concentrate on her studies. Despite the noise, she managed to concentrate on her studies. As such, the recipe is easy to follow. As such, the recipe is easy to follow. She took a self-defense class to feel more confident. She took a self-defense class to feel more confident. Your grandmother is a comedian. Your grandmother is a comedian. Where can I find personal hygiene products? Where can I find personal hygiene products? He can do butchers from time to time. He can do butchers from time to time. Subtract. Subtract. Do you want an apple? Do you want an apple? Surveys. Surveys. He never forgets his keys. He never forgets his keys. I am silent. I am silent. He is a successful businessman. He is a successful businessman. Doesn't it go away after 3 hours? Doesn't it go away after 3 hours? After 3 months we have to convince. After 3 months we have to convince. Were your relatives florists? Were your relatives florists? I had to leave because you were late. I had to leave because you were late. The meeting between the two leaders focused on trade agreements. The meeting between the two leaders focused on trade agreements. Cousins are messengers. Cousins are messengers. Am I not tempted a century later? Am I not tempted a century later? Can't I always encourage you? Can't I always encourage you? I am eating. I am eating. Can they be night watchmen at noon? Can they be night watchmen at noon? They have. They have. Cannot expand from time to time. Cannot expand from time to time. Isn't he a nighttime mechanic? Isn't he a nighttime mechanic? Will he generally be afraid? Will he generally be afraid? He can't act after 5 evenings. He can't act after 5 evenings. I was going to tell you. I was going to tell you. Sensitive. Sensitive. Let me take a picture of you in front of the monument. Let me take a picture of you in front of the monument. I'll wait for you until you're done. I'll wait for you until you're done. They should develop normally. They should develop normally. Fixing a leaky faucet. Fixing a leaky faucet. Are there mothers' maids? Are there mothers' maids? The chef was fined for using expired ingredients. The chef was fined for using expired ingredients. Are there cousins shoemakers? Are there cousins shoemakers? Infrastructure. Infrastructure. Your father was a pipelayer. Your father was a pipelayer. You must arrive at the meeting on time. You must arrive at the meeting on time. He found his keys. He found his keys. You should read more books to improve your vocabulary. You should read more books to improve your vocabulary. Didn't you set a monthly limit? Didn't you set a monthly limit? We have to be receptionists often. We have to be receptionists often. 3. I am sure he will be very successful. 3. I am sure he will be very successful. Do you have any sweets? Do you have any sweets? May ask next year. May ask next year. Chase. Chase. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Will he think? Will he think? On the other hand. On the other hand. This is a beautiful beach. This is a beautiful beach. Shouldn't he be a daily manager? Shouldn't he be a daily manager? Do they become real estate agents in 1 hour? Do they become real estate agents in 1 hour? He will finish his degree and after that he will start looking for a job. He will finish his degree and after that he will start looking for a job. Although the situation is challenging, we must remain optimistic. Although the situation is challenging, we must remain optimistic. No annual commitment should be made. No annual commitment should be made. Sometimes they play video games together. Sometimes they play video games together. Have I been hit often? Have I been hit often? How peaceful. How peaceful. I need to buy a new canister vacuum cleaner. I need to buy a new canister vacuum cleaner. The printer was out of paper. The printer was out of paper. Can I use my phone here? Can I use my phone here? Can you help me carry these boxes? Can you help me carry these boxes? This is my cell phone. This is my cell phone. I'm so excited to go to the beach this weekend. I'm so excited to go to the beach this weekend. Our prices are reasonable and affordable. Our prices are reasonable and affordable. It breaks the harmony of the team. It breaks the harmony of the team. Rarely an esthetician? Rarely an esthetician? Why are you going to the gym? Because I want to stay in shape. Why are you going to the gym? Because I want to stay in shape. Were their wives shoemakers? Were their wives shoemakers? I'll finish cooking dinner soon. I'll finish cooking dinner soon. Then it may not explode at 2 a.m. Then it may not explode at 2 a.m. He was on the phone when his friend arrived. He was on the phone when his friend arrived. He needs to organize his desk. He needs to organize his desk. It was clear before. It was clear before. Otherwise, I would never have known about this opportunity. Otherwise, I would never have known about this opportunity. I am sad. I totally blew it up. I am sad. I totally blew it up. My grandchildren weather presenter. My grandchildren weather presenter. He doesn't like coffee, and neither do I. He doesn't like coffee, and neither do I. Such things. Such things. I'm going to take a photography course. I'm going to take a photography course. I could understand the lyrics of the song. I could understand the lyrics of the song. How many children are in the playground? How many children are in the playground? Will there be a ballerina at sunset? Will there be a ballerina at sunset? Are you okay? Are you okay? Your grandmother is a washerwoman. Your grandmother is a washerwoman. Can he handle the afternoon? Can he handle the afternoon? Turn into. Will not wage war every year. Will not wage war every year. I need to transfer a bus at the next stop. I need to transfer a bus at the next stop. They went to an amusement park for the day. They went to an amusement park for the day. I am sure you will learn many new words in this lesson. I am sure you will learn many new words in this lesson. Didn't you do the occasional funeral? Didn't you do the occasional funeral? Can you talk about the afternoon? Can you talk about the afternoon? He was reading a book when his phone rang. He was reading a book when his phone rang. Shouldn't I cry? Shouldn't I cry? Although it is a difficult task, we can overcome it. Although it is a difficult task, we can overcome it. I'm going to the shop to buy some cake. I'm going to the shop to buy some cake. Should they bake earlier? Should they bake earlier? I'm going to college. I'm going to college. Not applicable. Not applicable. We think, maybe we will do nothing. We think, maybe we will do nothing. Every cell in the body has a specific function. Every cell in the body has a specific function. See you soon. See you soon. Caressing. Caressing. I need to buy my sister a birthday present. I need to buy my sister a birthday present. He armed himself with a gun. He armed himself with a gun. I don't want to like magazines. I don't want to like magazines. Can you play soccer with me? Can you play soccer with me? He is under my attention. He is under my attention. This issue is linked to the previous one. This issue is linked to the previous one. Shall we be the postman at noon? Shall we be the postman at noon? He has $2. He has $2. Was he jumping 4 days ago? Was he jumping 4 days ago? Do you think I'm beautiful? Do you think I'm beautiful? Can we set up a meeting to discuss the progress of the project? Can we set up a meeting to discuss the progress of the project? Could he settle in? Could he settle in? My car broke down this morning. My car broke down this morning. Turn back. Turn back. I have a date with him at 6. I have a date with him at 6. He had his car serviced at the dealership. He had his car serviced at the dealership. We had already booked our flights before the travel restrictions were announced. We had already booked our flights before the travel restrictions were announced. Should he be a locksmith at night? Should he be a locksmith at night? Can you please get your back? Can you please get your back? They were talking on the phone when their call was cut off. They were talking on the phone when their call was cut off. Have you finished packing your suitcase? Have you finished packing your suitcase? Do you like sunset? Do you like sunset? So far, so good. So far, so good. They will go hiking in the mountains. They will go hiking in the mountains. She cooks dinner for her family every night. She cooks dinner for her family every night. By the time I got to the station, the train had already left. By the time I got to the station, the train had already left. Do we have a red bag? Do we have a red bag? He was just being so good. He was just being so good. Let me know if you need a car. Let me know if you need a car. Can I have a glass of water? Can I have a glass of water? Birds fly in the sky. Birds fly in the sky. A professor is someone who teaches at a university. A professor is someone who teaches at a university. I was going to school. I was going to school. Can't you be a weekly urologist? Can't you be a weekly urologist? We can't stay out late, can we? We can't stay out late, can we? Where do they live? Where do they live? I'm seeing the doctor on Monday. I'm seeing the doctor on Monday. I'm meeting with my clients this afternoon. I'm meeting with my clients this afternoon. Was your nephew the mayor? Was your nephew the mayor? It's faster than it looks. It's faster than it looks. What did you study at university? They asked. What did you study at university? They asked. They listened to the radio. They listened to the radio. He has to take the bus to go to school. He has to take the bus to go to school. We were waiting when the bus came. We were waiting when the bus came. Trustworthy. Trustworthy. Just wait outside. Just wait outside. Broke 10 years. Broke 10 years. Should they be a psychologist every 2 weeks? Should they be a psychologist every 2 weeks? Rarely fast food place. Rarely fast food place. We couldn't finish any tickets. We couldn't finish any tickets. Workers were repairing the old building. Workers were repairing the old building. You become a carpenter in 4 days. You become a carpenter in 4 days. We can't leave sooner. We can't leave sooner. Yes, we have a bar. Yes, we have a bar. Can't it? Can't it? When he saves enough money, he will buy a new car. When he saves enough money, he will buy a new car. They had saved enough money to buy a new car. They had saved enough money to buy a new car. The company is looking for a new marketing manager. The company is looking for a new marketing manager. Which restaurant did you eat at last night? Which restaurant did you eat at last night? The ground was covered with snow. The ground was covered with snow. Is his neighbor a businessman? Is his neighbor a businessman? Develop competence. Develop competence. I've never been tempted before. I've never been tempted before. You haven't finished your work, have you? You haven't finished your work, have you? Would not fail. Would not fail. Were you always the captain? Were you always the captain? Environmental concerns are becoming more and more urgent. Environmental concerns are becoming more and more urgent. You haven't finished your lunch, have you? You haven't finished your lunch, have you? I'm getting better and better at playing the guitar. I'm getting better and better at playing the guitar. We'll take note now. We'll take note now. I am happy that I have a healthy heart and can hear well. I am happy that I have a healthy heart and can hear well. Can't I usually not matter? Can't I usually not matter? They didn't come 4 seconds ago. They didn't come 4 seconds ago. This is his book. This is his book. He's shopping at the market. He's shopping at the market. Wouldn't you be a geologist in 1 month? Wouldn't you be a geologist in 1 month? I normally take it off. I normally take it off. They respond to our request for a quiet place. They respond to our request for a quiet place. Did he thank you at dusk? Did he thank you at dusk? My alarm will go off in an hour. My alarm will go off in an hour. Can you repeat, please? Can you repeat, please? Do we record these sessions normally? Do we record these sessions normally? They often take coffee breaks at work. They often take coffee breaks at work. I want to see your sister. I want to see your sister. They went to a comedy club and laughed all night. They went to a comedy club and laughed all night. Why don't you sit? Why don't you sit? Why can't I see it? Why can't I see it? Were we sociologists every day? Were we sociologists every day? How much is the airport shuttle fee? How much is the airport shuttle fee? He's studying for the history test. He's studying for the history test. She is knitting a scarf. She is knitting a scarf. Are we kissing after 1 month? Are we kissing after 1 month? What is your favorite animal? What is your favorite animal? I can't wait until dawn. I can't wait until dawn. Does not drink alcohol. Does not drink alcohol. I love you. That's why I came to your house. I love you. That's why I came to your house. Can you pass the salt? Can you pass the salt? His half-brother was a soldier. His half-brother was a soldier. Lo, lo. If I save enough money, I will buy a new car. If I save enough money, I will buy a new car. Can you help me with this math problem? Can you help me with this math problem? I shouldn't be a neurologist in 5 hours. I shouldn't be a neurologist in 5 hours. He goes to the library every week. He goes to the library every week. How's it going? How's it going? She's going to dance class next month. She's going to dance class next month. Productive. Productive. I can't go to the grocery store at sunset. I can't go to the grocery store at sunset. He loves taking nature photos. He loves taking nature photos. The teacher is strict. The teacher is strict. She was singing a song at the talent show. She was singing a song at the talent show. This pizza tastes better than the one we ate last week. This pizza tastes better than the one we ate last week. They have dinner at 6 p.m. They have dinner at 6 p.m. I can't join the party. I have a pre-commitment. I can't join the party. I have a pre-commitment. Did you get the candles? Did you get the candles? Can't wrap after one day? Can't wrap after one day? How long have you been a doctor? How long have you been a doctor? I have a concern. I have a concern. This exercise is easier than the previous one. This exercise is easier than the previous one. Please be quiet, she told him. Please be quiet, she told him. He left the room and slammed the door behind him. He left the room and slammed the door behind him. When is your birthday? When is your birthday? I looked at 2 different issues today. I looked at 2 different issues today. Perfect day for a picnic. Perfect day for a picnic. Is there a toy aisle in the store? Is there a toy aisle in the store? His grandchildren are truck drivers. His grandchildren are truck drivers. We are never carpenters. We are never carpenters. The store opens at 9 a.m. The store opens at 9 a.m. I have never seen Istanbul before. I have never seen Istanbul before. By the time the book is finished, she will have been reading it for 3 weeks. By the time the book is finished, she will have been reading it for 3 weeks. Banner impressions and click were working fine. Banner impressions and click were working fine. He studied Spanish for 3 years. He studied Spanish for 3 years. Cruising. Cruising. Received a new promotion at work. Received a new promotion at work. He is my brother. He is my brother. He is not visiting. He is not visiting. Warm up. Warm up. If I win the lottery, I'll buy a new car. If I win the lottery, I'll buy a new car. How often do you try to play the guitar? How often do you try to play the guitar? What the hell are you doing under the table? What the hell are you doing under the table? I will taste something sweet. I will taste something sweet. He writes poetry in his spare time. He writes poetry in his spare time. Can you recommend a good book to read? Can you recommend a good book to read? They went camping in the forest and saw many animals. They went camping in the forest and saw many animals. A lot. A lot. We are not normal. We are not normal. He wasn't the chef every year. He wasn't the chef every year. Fill out this form. Fill out this form. Must be challenged. Must be challenged. They had their children vaccinated at the clinic. They had their children vaccinated at the clinic. You can't go on soon. You can't go on soon. He needs to call his family. He needs to call his family. They often go hiking in the mountains. They often go hiking in the mountains. Was my daughter a travel agent? Was my daughter a travel agent? It can be stored after 3 days. It can be stored after 3 days. I shouldn't play weekly. I shouldn't play weekly. When the game is over, I will be cheering for 2 hours. When the game is over, I will be cheering for 2 hours. Do you have any hobbies? Do you have any hobbies? It may rain tomorrow. It may rain tomorrow. He can forget his anniversary again. He can forget his anniversary again. He is the illustrator. He is the illustrator. Can't it go on every week? Can't it go on every week? They are friendly people. They are friendly people. Don't you touch. Don't you touch. We were shopping for groceries at the supermarket. We were shopping for groceries at the supermarket. I will go to bed early tonight. I will go to bed early tonight. Susanna didn't say anything to you. Susanna didn't say anything to you. Was his half-brother the referee? Was his half-brother the referee? Relationships with animals come naturally to some people. Relationships with animals come naturally to some people. He had studied Spanish for years before going to Spain. He had studied Spanish for years before going to Spain. Anything can happen in the future. Anything can happen in the future. Teresa is sleeping in her bedroom. Teresa is sleeping in her bedroom. Could you close the window, please? Could you close the window, please? I usually have breakfast at home. I usually have breakfast at home. In which aisle are the chips located? In which aisle are the chips located? They watched a play at the theater last night. They watched a play at the theater last night. He doesn't drink coffee in the evening. He doesn't drink coffee in the evening. How many brands were affected? How many brands were affected? Weren't they important? Weren't they important? I have been to many countries of the world. I have been to many countries of the world. I was riding my bike in the park. I was riding my bike in the park. They played tennis in the afternoon. They played tennis in the afternoon. You speak Spanish fluently. You speak Spanish fluently. His brothers are detectives. His brothers are detectives. We relaxed ourselves with ice cream. We relaxed ourselves with ice cream. Your brother is a businessman. Your brother is a businessman. What a fascinating story. What a fascinating story. Can't I finish then? Can't I finish then? They went on a journey to explore different cities. They went on a journey to explore different cities. He enjoys playing video games with his friends. He enjoys playing video games with his friends. The enemy was huge and it was very difficult to engage in combat. The enemy was huge and it was very difficult to engage in combat. He has been playing the piano since childhood. He has been playing the piano since childhood. The cat is sleeping on the sofa in the living room. The cat is sleeping on the sofa in the living room. Within 2 days. Within 2 days. It's raining. It's raining. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Weren't you hit? Weren't you hit? It's not important. It's not important. I can go to school. I can go to school. When the opportunity arose, he had to seize it. When the opportunity arose, he had to seize it. I am playing football. I am playing football. What is your phone number? What is your phone number? We do not have much time. We do not have much time. He should study for his exam. He should study for his exam. At noon we have to name. At noon we have to name. He could improve his English skills. He could improve his English skills. Aware of this. Aware of this. Is her stepdaughter a potter? Is her stepdaughter a potter? He needed to buy food on the way home. He needed to buy food on the way home. disposition, disposition. Do you want to play football? Do you want to play football? Do you sell fresh fruit? Do you sell fresh fruit? We can add from time to time. We can add from time to time. Before, before. You should not use shortcuts while completing tasks. You should not use shortcuts while completing tasks. They are studying for the math exam. They are studying for the math exam. Do you have a car for people? Do you have a car for people? Am I the night judge? Am I the night judge? How old are you? How old are you? They've been best friends since kindergarten and still talk regularly as adults. They've been best friends since kindergarten and still talk regularly as adults. They are the rule. They are the rule. He had his guitar repaired at a music store. He had his guitar repaired at a music store. Shouldn't I be sure after 3 midnight? Shouldn't I be sure after 3 midnight? In the spring the snow will melt. In the spring the snow will melt. You should get this. You should get this. I want to see the new blockbuster movie. I want to see the new blockbuster movie. Couldn't he have been a lifeguard a week ago? Couldn't he have been a lifeguard a week ago? If they don't go now, they'll be late. If they don't go now, they'll be late. They should not surrender after 5 midnight. They should not surrender after 5 midnight. He wishes he could visit his family more often. He wishes he could visit his family more often. What is your favorite sport? What is your favorite sport? Answer. Answer. Students will take their final exams next month. Students will take their final exams next month. Affected. Affected. Can they understand? Can they understand? We can't go to the concert due to traffic. We can't go to the concert due to traffic. Tinned. Tinned. Better today. Better today. I have a lot of money. I have a lot of money. Do you ever eat takeaways? Do you ever eat takeaways? Your half-brother is a shoemaker. Your half-brother is a shoemaker. So look, you live alone. So look, you live alone. I'm really looking forward to the next movie. I'm really looking forward to the next movie. Can't wrap after one day? Can't wrap after one day? They had known each other for a long time before they got married. They had known each other for a long time before they got married. Can't we be linguists for 2 weeks? Can't we be linguists for 2 weeks? We saw it on TV. We saw it on TV. They must be field guards at 4 after midnight. They must be field guards at 4 after midnight. We always run away. We always run away. They shouldn't be sheriffs occasionally. They shouldn't be sheriffs occasionally. Did you drape at noon? Did you drape at noon? Are you coming with me? Are you coming with me? His computer is very fast. His computer is very fast. The car driver should race immediately. The car driver should race immediately. He reads a book before going to bed. He reads a book before going to bed. Can we source? Can we source? We cannot move until the transported truck arrives. We cannot move until the transported truck arrives. He drank a glass of water. He drank a glass of water. Can't I normally object? Can't I normally object? He is a famous economist who has written many influential articles. He is a famous economist who has written many influential articles. You were a good person. You were a good person. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I will try to join the August sun with the atmosphere. I will try to join the August sun with the atmosphere. He had to give back what he had borrowed. He had to give back what he had borrowed. Repeatedly. Repeatedly. Are we locked in next year? Are we locked in next year? I saw a beautiful rainbow after the rain. I saw a beautiful rainbow after the rain. Will usually include. Will usually include. He always wears a watch. He always wears a watch. His half-brother was a lifesaver. His half-brother was a lifesaver. I am eating. I am eating. Is her mother-in-law the referee? Is her mother-in-law the referee? I give up. I give up. Can we confess soon? Can we confess soon? I want to learn to code. I want to learn to code. Does not have enough information to solve the problem. Does not have enough information to solve the problem. Students will present their projects to the class. Students will present their projects to the class. We had to get the ingredients for the recipe. We had to get the ingredients for the recipe. Let me know if you want to try something new. Let me know if you want to try something new. I have $1 in my pocket. I have $1 in my pocket. I had to do a few extra push-ups this morning to make up for yesterday. I had to do a few extra push-ups this morning to make up for yesterday. The food is incomparable. The food is incomparable. If I had a private island, I would build a luxury resort. If I had a private island, I would build a luxury resort. My daughter is a teacher. My daughter is a teacher. Won't they air it later at 5 p.m.? Won't they air it later at 5 p.m.? Your half-brother is the founder. Your half-brother is the founder. Previously we could evolve in 5 seconds. Previously we could evolve in 5 seconds. He never misses his morning walk. He never misses his morning walk. Birds sing in the trees. Birds sing in the trees. To draw. To draw. I want to learn to dance, she said. I want to learn to dance, she said. I'm sorry I knocked over your vase. I'm sorry I knocked over your vase. Stepped. Stepped. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meal. I don't notice anything strange. I don't notice anything strange. My sister was a hydrologist. My sister was a hydrologist. On the other hand, lately, waves crashing on the shore. Waves crashing on the shore. He has enough money to buy a new phone. He has enough money to buy a new phone. Although it was difficult, I managed to solve the problem. Although it was difficult, I managed to solve the problem. He helped his friend with his homework. He helped his friend with his homework. Could he prove it? Could he prove it? We need to clean our room. We need to clean our room. Can never judge. Can never judge. I do not know how to tell. I do not know how to tell. She does ballet on Wednesday evenings. She does ballet on Wednesday evenings. He studied English for 2 years. He studied English for 2 years. Tomorrow I will write a letter to my friend. Tomorrow I will write a letter to my friend. Shouldn't he be a carpenter right away? Shouldn't he be a carpenter right away? What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Are his half-brothers fishermen? Are his half-brothers fishermen? They are the innkeeper at sunrise. They are the innkeeper at sunrise. The legacy of his invention revolutionized the industry. The legacy of his invention revolutionized the industry. Was his brother-in-law a boxer? Was his brother-in-law a boxer? The cat sleeps in the sun. The cat sleeps in the sun. Will you ride a bunny? Will you ride a bunny? We may not be able to save last year. We may not be able to save last year. I shouldn't wear. I shouldn't wear. Wasn't he a watchman every year? Wasn't he a watchman every year? They can give training after 3 nights. They can give training after 3 nights. Are you playing a musical instrument? Are you playing a musical instrument? John, can you ask Mary? John, can you ask Mary? Did you forget? Did you forget? Does what he says he will do. Does what he says he will do. Will he not be fed later? Will he not be fed later? You can usually be an electrician. You can usually be an electrician. My car broke down this morning. My car broke down this morning. You enter school. You enter school. He is on the phone. He is on the phone. We had seen this movie before, so we knew the ending. We had seen this movie before, so we knew the ending. We can have a picnic in the park. We can have a picnic in the park. Are their daughters salespeople? Are their daughters salespeople? White is the color of the abdomen. White is the color of the abdomen. Sometimes he didn't win. Sometimes he didn't win. Teachers will evaluate homework all weekend. Teachers will evaluate homework all weekend. Can you start the week? Can you start the week? I was put. I was put. Cats sleep a lot. Cats sleep a lot. The next day I would go to the grocery store. The next day I would go to the grocery store. I wish I hadn't stopped playing the piano. I wish I hadn't stopped playing the piano. Wasn't he an alchemist a century ago? Wasn't he an alchemist a century ago? We hiked in the mountains all day. We hiked in the mountains all day. Shouldn't we fill it sooner? Shouldn't we fill it sooner? I'm flying to New York next week. I'm flying to New York next week. I'm going to take a photography course. I'm going to take a photography course. Is it near here? Is it near here? Her brother-in-law is a lawyer. Her brother-in-law is a lawyer. Where will I find it? Where will I find it? It is subtraction. It is subtraction. I will learn to code. I will learn to code. Aren't we hurt? Aren't we hurt? We are friends. We are friends. Swear. Swear. You may have earlier. You may have earlier. The book is very difficult for me to understand. The book is very difficult for me to understand. I eat apples while my father sleeps. I eat apples while my father sleeps. She can't dance. She can't dance. They will hold a charity event next weekend. They will hold a charity event next weekend. The developer would be 10 years. The developer would be 10 years. There are so many dishes to wash after the party. There are so many dishes to wash after the party. I replied 5 months ago. I replied 5 months ago. Who has a dream? Who has a dream? They will reply soon. They will reply soon. They pushed their limits to win the match. They pushed their limits to win the match. Can you give me some advice? Can you give me some advice? Our meals are made with fresh ingredients. Our meals are made with fresh ingredients. Was your uncle a manager? Was your uncle a manager? All necessary resources should be allocated. All necessary resources should be allocated. He has been studying English since last year. He has been studying English since last year. I'm not a noon forensic scientist. I'm not a noon forensic scientist. After the cream. After the cream. Didn't I remove it? Didn't I remove it? Have you seen a doctor lately? Have you seen a doctor lately? They were not wanted last year. They were not wanted last year. They should not be announced. They should not be announced. I've never seen this phone before. I've never seen this phone before. He will finish this song and then record it. He will finish this song and then record it. You can view monthly. You can view monthly. We shouldn't be mayor every month. We shouldn't be mayor every month. What is your real name? What is your real name? Is our stepbrother a loader? Is our stepbrother a loader? The new movie is more exciting than the previous one. The new movie is more exciting than the previous one. Support soon. Support soon. He is the strongest player of the team. He is the strongest player of the team. Brushing your teeth is important. Brushing your teeth is important. What the hell are you doing under the table? What the hell are you doing under the table? Can it continue into the sunset? Can it continue into the sunset? By the time he graduates, he will have already started his internship. By the time he graduates, he will have already started his internship. Good morning, can I help you with anything? Good morning, can I help you with anything? I never got a chance to apologize. I never got a chance to apologize. He works as a doctor. He works as a doctor. Extra fit and fair man is my favorite phrase. Extra fit and fair man is my favorite phrase. He will follow. He will follow. The movie we watched yesterday was a romantic comedy. The movie we watched yesterday was a romantic comedy. I saw a beautiful sunset yesterday, he said. I saw a beautiful sunset yesterday, he said. He has no fever. He has no fever. I'll wait for you until you get home. I'll wait for you until you get home. We have to clean the house. We have to clean the house. And I was wondering if you said anything. And I was wondering if you said anything. We're going out for dinner tonight. We're going out for dinner tonight. Sometimes they have a picnic in the park. Sometimes they have a picnic in the park. Can they understand? Can they understand? I will spend my weekend watching sports. I will spend my weekend watching sports. Will you go to school today? Will you go to school today? Can I return a defective product? Can I return a defective product? Do we have to walk later? Do we have to walk later? Can't stretch after 2 hours? Can't stretch after 2 hours? Do you sometimes have to be a songwriter? Do you sometimes have to be a songwriter? His father is a drummer. His father is a drummer. The leaves of the trees change color in autumn. The leaves of the trees change color in autumn. How long do you think this will take? How long do you think this will take? I get up early in the morning and have my breakfast too. I get up early in the morning and have my breakfast too. You should drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. You should drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. Could it be the innkeeper? Could it be the innkeeper? I think of him all the time. I think of him all the time. I have a charity you've supported for 5 years. I have a charity you've supported for 5 years. They should complete after 3 minutes. They should complete after 3 minutes. We used to go camping every summer. We used to go camping every summer. I'll need to take his temperature before continuing. I'll need to take his temperature before continuing. We were presidents from time to time. We were presidents from time to time. I like your brother. I like your brother. Kinlock. Kinlock. I am currently watching a TV program. I am currently watching a TV program. I don't want to lose my losses because of low prices. I don't want to lose my losses because of low prices. They moved to a new city last year. They moved to a new city last year. Intensive care. Intensive care. The decision was supported by the majority. The decision was supported by the majority. Too hot to drink coffee. Too hot to drink coffee. He played video games with his older brother. He played video games with his older brother. The museum is open until late on Fridays. The museum is open until late on Fridays. I will blow. I will blow. I must not discover. I must not discover. She had her hair dyed by a professional stylist. She had her hair dyed by a professional stylist. They were eating pizza when the doorbell rang. They were eating pizza when the doorbell rang. The most beautiful place I've ever visited. The most beautiful place I've ever visited. What is your favorite type of food? What is your favorite type of food? Let's see when the movie will start. Let's see when the movie will start. I have a date with him at 6. I have a date with him at 6. Should we change our approach? Should we change our approach? Couldn't he advertise later? Couldn't he advertise later? We went to the beach and had a picnic by the sea. We went to the beach and had a picnic by the sea. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see the light. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see the light. You should rest more. You should rest more. He can go to a job interview. He can go to a job interview. I own this company. I own this company. Which meat do you like? Which meat do you like? You learn often. You learn often. Let me know if you want a drink later. Let me know if you want a drink later. Can I learn weekly? Can I learn weekly? I'll be at work at 8 in the morning. I'll be at work at 8 in the morning. He usually drinks coffee in the morning. He usually drinks coffee in the morning. She always wears trendy clothes. She always wears trendy clothes. Do you have any handicap? Do you have any handicap? Features can be scary. Features can be scary. Will not be suitable. Will not be suitable. We watch movies on Fridays. We watch movies on Fridays. You'll sing a century later. You'll sing a century later. I will be using my computer for some work. I will be using my computer for some work. The baby was babbling and trying to say words. The baby was babbling and trying to say words. Noon I don't know. Noon I don't know. Do you like playing video games? Do you like playing video games? How do you peel this off? How do you peel this off? When are you leaving school? When are you leaving school? You were exercising every month. You were exercising every month. By the end of the month I will have saved enough for a new car. By the end of the month I will have saved enough for a new car. I'm going to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to the gym tomorrow. She was taking a yoga class at the gym. She was taking a yoga class at the gym. After 2 weekends we can engineer. After 2 weekends we can engineer. I love chocolate. I love chocolate. When the dog is happy, it wags its tail. When the dog is happy, it wags its tail. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry for your loss. We will travel to Italy next month. We will travel to Italy next month. The dress is very stylish, perfect for party. The dress is very stylish, perfect for party. I plan to study tonight. I plan to study tonight. They will have fixed the broken pipe tomorrow afternoon. They will have fixed the broken pipe tomorrow afternoon. You will not complain. You will not complain. Make a to-do list. Make a to-do list. They must ask permission before leaving the classroom. They must ask permission before leaving the classroom. I own a pack of oranges. I own a pack of oranges. International. International. I will never forget the happy moments we shared together in our relationship. I will never forget the happy moments we shared together in our relationship. They do often. They do often. Can I get up often? Can I get up often? Dependence. Dependence. Anxious. Anxious. What is your job? What is your job? The orthopedic surgeon will come to discuss your options. The orthopedic surgeon will come to discuss your options. On the corner of Maple Street. On the corner of Maple Street. Shouldn't I be an investor then? Shouldn't I be an investor then? Autonomy. Autonomy. They are finishing their project next month. They are finishing their project next month. Have you ever been to Paris? They asked. Have you ever been to Paris? They asked. You'll be a journeyman at 2 o'clock midnight. You'll be a journeyman at 2 o'clock midnight. I understand what you're saying, but I'm not sure I agree. I understand what you're saying, but I'm not sure I agree. He did not take care of his health and fell ill as a result. He did not take care of his health and fell ill as a result. We'll be back in a few days. We'll be back in a few days. The best way to learn is through practice. The best way to learn is through practice. Was your mother a model? Was your mother a model? Dogs are weird. Dogs are weird. Have you had breakfast? Have you had breakfast? I shouldn't tie up 10 years. I shouldn't tie up 10 years. What will you be doing at this time tomorrow? What will you be doing at this time tomorrow? He's already made dinner. He's already made dinner. I have 6 brothers and sisters. I have 6 brothers and sisters. My nephew was a songwriter. My nephew was a songwriter. I have a blue pen. I have a blue pen. You can make a cake for your family. You can make a cake for your family. I drink coffee every morning. I drink coffee every morning. Struggle. Struggle. I arrive home at 3. I arrive home at 3. Can it load 10 years? Can it load 10 years? He hung the picture on the wall. He hung the picture on the wall. Should we usually provide? Should we usually provide? It may rain. It may rain. I feel hot. I feel hot. You could see the stars shining in the night sky. You could see the stars shining in the night sky. He forgot his passport before the trip. He forgot his passport before the trip. The streets were flooded after the storm. The streets were flooded after the storm. Haven't they been blocked before? Haven't they been blocked before? You couldn't have failed a century ago. You couldn't have failed a century ago. Not sure if I really want to go. Not sure if I really want to go. Do they sing sometimes? Do they sing sometimes? Your brother is a businessman. Your brother is a businessman. The concert starts at 1900 sharp. The concert starts at 1900 sharp. Can't he be a doctor in 4 centuries? Can't he be a doctor in 4 centuries? After analyzing the data, we can come to a conclusion. After analyzing the data, we can come to a conclusion. What do you think about this problem? What do you think about this problem? Is there any food or drink you really miss when you're away from home? Is there any food or drink you really miss when you're away from home? Do I accept your offer? Do I accept your offer? He looks confident. He looks confident. Wasn't I restrained? Wasn't I restrained? I like landscape paintings. I like landscape paintings. He easily understands the concept. He easily understands the concept. Can't she love? Can't she love? The prison schedule is quarterly. The prison schedule is quarterly. Partnership. Partnership. They watched a movie last night. They watched a movie last night. The car I want to buy is a red sports car. The car I want to buy is a red sports car. Are you looking for apples? Are you looking for apples? Should it repeat soon? Should it repeat soon? He blamed himself for not working hard enough. He blamed himself for not working hard enough. He used to calculate often. He used to calculate often. When I finish reading a book, I write a review. When I finish reading a book, I write a review. He's been studying for his math test all night. He's been studying for his math test all night. Her mother-in-law was a poet. Her mother-in-law was a poet. The teacher corrects the exams. The teacher corrects the exams. Don't you need to meet? Don't you need to meet? We will start the meeting as soon as everyone arrives. We will start the meeting as soon as everyone arrives. He had already prepared dinner when I got home. He had already prepared dinner when I got home. Can I walk every month? Can I walk every month? You shouldn't use profanity in public. You shouldn't use profanity in public. I'm meeting John after school. I'm meeting John after school. I listen to all the topics because I want to understand them all. I listen to all the topics because I want to understand them all. Eat it right away. Eat it right away. Are you working on Sunday? Are you working on Sunday? Can I go to other meetings? Can I go to other meetings? The event will take place next week. The event will take place next week. You should get this. You should get this. Do you have a fever? Do you have a fever? I remove. I remove. Can they normally be sculptors? Can they normally be sculptors? We should have arrived at the airport earlier. We should have arrived at the airport earlier. Have you ever tried sushi? Have you ever tried sushi? She sang in the school choir. She sang in the school choir. Please guide me. Please guide me. My close plans. My close plans. If I win the lottery, I will travel the world. If I win the lottery, I will travel the world. Won't run fortnight. Won't run fortnight. He attended a workshop to learn about photography. He attended a workshop to learn about photography. Should I go to the pediatrician at sunrise? Should I go to the pediatrician at sunrise? Will I miss it soon? Will I miss it soon? Was his nephew the gardener? Was his nephew the gardener? Should it be voiced? Should it be voiced? Where we were. Where we were. Must be a civil engineer often. Must be a civil engineer often. Don't you suspect? Don't you suspect? If I had a time machine, I would visit the future. If I had a time machine, I would visit the future. 2. I don't want to lose my magazines because of low prices. 2. I don't want to lose my magazines because of low prices. How long do you think? How long do you think? The red dress is more elegant than the black one. The red dress is more elegant than the black one. Cave. Cave. Can't be a farmer sometimes? Can't be a farmer sometimes? Are his siblings dockers? Are his siblings dockers? Our stepdaughter was a journeyman. Our stepdaughter was a journeyman. I'm leaving early today. I'm leaving early today. Is our friend a rower? Is our friend a rower? The team's effort was deemed insufficient to win the match. The team's effort was deemed insufficient to win the match. The new restaurant is more crowded than before. The new restaurant is more crowded than before. We have guests in the gym. We have guests in the gym. Then buy a ticket to our team and apply it with John. Then buy a ticket to our team and apply it with John. Another. Another. Shouldn't you be a lobbyist for 10 years? Shouldn't you be a lobbyist for 10 years? The musician will compose a new song tonight. The musician will compose a new song tonight. Will I pay? Will I pay? I'm going to the store. I'm going to the store. Can't do an anesthetic at noon? Can't do an anesthetic at noon? He should have paid the bill on time. He should have paid the bill on time. When he felt sick, he should go to the doctor. When he felt sick, he should go to the doctor. Your grandfather is a reporter. Your grandfather is a reporter. They are meditating in the park. They are meditating in the park. We have to analyze after 1 hour. We have to analyze after 1 hour. Can't I edit it later? Can't I edit it later? How many languages can you speak? How many languages can you speak? I can't afford a new car. I can't afford a new car. Was their mother a rapper? Was their mother a rapper? If I were a famous actress, I would travel the world for movie premieres. If I were a famous actress, I would travel the world for movie premieres. Since you came home. Since you came home. It will take 1 day. It will take 1 day. Do you want me to check your answers? Do you want me to check your answers? He is repairing the car. He is repairing the car. Is my mom the referee? Is my mom the referee? 1 day ago can be a plumber. 1 day ago can be a plumber. He goes to the gym during the week. He goes to the gym during the week. Can I ask a question too? Can I ask a question too? We are frequent homeowners. We are frequent homeowners. Could you please bring a valid ID? Could you please bring a valid ID? Then you will impose. Then you will impose. Will you mark it at dusk? Will you mark it at dusk? Hot sausages. Hot sausages. Is your grandfather an officer? Is your grandfather an officer? I have 2 cats. The black one is named Luna. I have 2 cats. The black one is named Luna. The error was noticed too late. The error was noticed too late. Good job. Good job. He listens to music in his spare time. He listens to music in his spare time. Wasn't he the captain at dusk? Wasn't he the captain at dusk? I have a cough for the past 3 weeks. I have a cough for the past 3 weeks. It may not be everyday blogger. It may not be everyday blogger. Does it protect after 4 weeks? Does it protect after 4 weeks? Believe it or not, for a long time. Believe it or not, for a long time. No problem. No problem. Relatives were caregivers. Relatives were caregivers. She wants to learn to paint. She wants to learn to paint. We will be able to present our findings very soon. We will be able to present our findings very soon. What did you do this for? What did you do this for? We've been working on the project for weeks. We've been working on the project for weeks. He attended a workshop to learn about photography. He attended a workshop to learn about photography. My friend told me, I bought a new laptop yesterday. My friend told me, I bought a new laptop yesterday. Their neighbors are drummers. Their neighbors are drummers. Can you recommend after 5 months? Can you recommend after 5 months? Did it hit my car? Did it hit my car? If we should. If we should. When we woke up, the birds were singing in the trees. When we woke up, the birds were singing in the trees. I lost my keys again. I lost my keys again. I want to see you. I want to see you. How did you sleep? How did you sleep? You should rarely matter. You should rarely matter. Am I never an illusionist? Am I never an illusionist? Did you evaluate it in the afternoon? Did you evaluate it in the afternoon? Is our stepbrother a photographer? Is our stepbrother a photographer? What's the result? What's the result? After that sunny day, the flowers started to bloom. After that sunny day, the flowers started to bloom. His wife is the vocalist. His wife is the vocalist. We encountered some unexpected difficulties on the way. We encountered some unexpected difficulties on the way. What else do I like? What else do I like? He bought a new car. He bought a new car. Have you ever climbed a mountain? Have you ever climbed a mountain? He is next to you. He is next to you. A page is missing. A page is missing. The company had a firm belief in its new products. The company had a firm belief in its new products. May I have your phone number, please? May I have your phone number, please? It's too cold to go out without a jacket. It's too cold to go out without a jacket. His apartment is smaller than mine. His apartment is smaller than mine. If you don't hurry, you will miss the train. If you don't hurry, you will miss the train. Who has a backpack in the classroom? Who has a backpack in the classroom? Well, you learn from your mistake. Well, you learn from your mistake. They like to eat ice cream in summer. They like to eat ice cream in summer. Not all information is correct. Not all information is correct. When the game is over, they will be playing for 4 hours. When the game is over, they will be playing for 4 hours. Don't they have to mark after 5 weeks? Don't they have to mark after 5 weeks? Why did you go to school? Why did you go to school? Our menu is priced to offer great value. Our menu is priced to offer great value. I could sense that he was lying about where he was. I could sense that he was lying about where he was. Players will rehearse their lines for the play. Players will rehearse their lines for the play. Can I be your assistant? Can I be your assistant? Can you get me a glass of water, please? Can you get me a glass of water, please? I have been studying English for 2 years. I have been studying English for 2 years. What did I touch? What did I touch? Wouldn't I have tried before? Wouldn't I have tried before? Inside. Inside. I am getting more and more tired day by day. I am getting more and more tired day by day. Can you shepherd every year? Can you shepherd every year? Finally. Finally. You should not use your phone while driving. You should not use your phone while driving. He wrote an article about his trip to Paris. He wrote an article about his trip to Paris. Where are we meeting? Where are we meeting? This dress is affordable. This dress is affordable. They went for a walk in the mountains. They went for a walk in the mountains. What did you use? What did you use? I don't think that shirt belongs to you. I don't think that shirt belongs to you. Are we visible every year? Are we visible every year? All the plants in my garden have bloomed. All the plants in my garden have bloomed. What a talented musician. What a talented musician. I will study in the library. I will study in the library. Could be a famous chef. Could be a famous chef. Would you do ballet? Would you do ballet? How can I help you? How can I help you? He lives here in New York. He lives here in New York. Where can I find salad dressings? Where can I find salad dressings? They enjoy watching movies at home. They enjoy watching movies at home. Shouldn't they catch it every day? Shouldn't they catch it every day? He may not act as an announcer after 3 nights. He may not act as an announcer after 3 nights. Can he test earlier at 1 a.m.? Can he test earlier at 1 a.m.? The author will work on his new novel for months. The author will work on his new novel for months. What would you like to do? What would you like to do? The letter was received yesterday. The letter was received yesterday. They share a meal. They share a meal. Fill in for performance Excel. Fill in for performance Excel. Can you quote from 2 months ago? Can you quote from 2 months ago? You didn't tell me anything about yourself. You didn't tell me anything about yourself. For our team. For our team. The coffee is very hot, be careful. The coffee is very hot, be careful. It's raining outside. It's raining outside. Approximately how many CDs do you have? Approximately how many CDs do you have? His English is better than mine. His English is better than mine. They visit their grandparents every summer. They visit their grandparents every summer. Shouldn't he be a dermatologist every day? Shouldn't he be a dermatologist every day? We've been friends for a long time. We've been friends for a long time. Are you okay? Are you okay? He stayed in the hospital for a week after the car accident. He stayed in the hospital for a week after the car accident. You should not carry. You should not carry. He's meeting his friends for lunch tomorrow. He's meeting his friends for lunch tomorrow. My aim is to go to school. My aim is to go to school. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's it. What is your favorite type of food? What is your favorite type of food? He doesn't drink coffee in the evening. He doesn't drink coffee in the evening. Shouldn't he be a banker often? Shouldn't he be a banker often? If I win the lottery, I will travel the world. If I win the lottery, I will travel the world. My English is better than before. My English is better than before. Equal. Equal. Where is the center of the world? Where is the center of the world? The teacher was teaching the students the lesson. The teacher was teaching the students the lesson. I have a fever. I have a fever. Why they shouldn't. Why they shouldn't. He wants an apple. He wants an apple. Would he play guitar in a band? Would he play guitar in a band? But if we want to achieve our goals, we must work hard. But if we want to achieve our goals, we must work hard. We had a great time at the party. We had a great time at the party. Can I help with anything? Can I help with anything? He's been working on his art project all week. He's been working on his art project all week. It's very useless. Useless. Without any additives. It's very useless. Useless. Without any additives. My husband is a stewardess. My husband is a stewardess. Artists will exhibit their work in the gallery. Artists will exhibit their work in the gallery. They enjoyed going to the beach. They enjoyed going to the beach. Where can I find fresh produce? Where can I find fresh produce? Do you have any food allergies or intolerances? Do you have any food allergies or intolerances? Did he promise? Did he promise? Where can I find snacks and chips? Where can I find snacks and chips? Is my uncle the driver? Is my uncle the driver? I want you to be careful. I want you to be careful. Our parents' anniversary is next week. Our parents' anniversary is next week. The company had its website redesigned by a professional web developer. The company had its website redesigned by a professional web developer. We shouldn't stay every day. We shouldn't stay every day. Could you pass me a pen, please? Could you pass me a pen, please? For I'm going to the beach. For I'm going to the beach. And the house seems full of us all. And the house seems full of us all. They want to buy a new car. They want to buy a new car. Should we rank? Should we rank? Public support is essential for success. Public support is essential for success. Can I buy you something? Can I buy you something? I'm going to the tennis courts. I'm going to the tennis courts. Didn't they say 3 in the morning before? Didn't they say 3 in the morning before? We moved on to the next mission with determination. We moved on to the next mission with determination. He will swim in the pool in the afternoon. He will swim in the pool in the afternoon. I agree. I agree. They should often be secretaries. They should often be secretaries. Were you the manager then? Were you the manager then? He rarely watches movies. He rarely watches movies. Will you plan for the next 5 days? Will you plan for the next 5 days? They must wear seat belts in the car. They must wear seat belts in the car. I'll cook dinner tonight at 7 o'clock. I'll cook dinner tonight at 7 o'clock. I was with Tom. I was with Tom. I was scared. I was scared. You wouldn't be an occasional lawyer. You wouldn't be an occasional lawyer. He gets better. He gets better. Our menu has been carefully prepared for different tastes. Our menu has been carefully prepared for different tastes. You don't go to work. You don't go to school. What do you do all day? You don't go to work. You don't go to school. What do you do all day? They were dancing and having fun at the party. They were dancing and having fun at the party. Could it shed last year? Could it shed last year? Why do you think? Why do you think? Couldn't he be a golfer a century from now? Couldn't he be a golfer a century from now? Was our grandson a journalist? Was our grandson a journalist? He can't go out because he's grounded. He can't go out because he's grounded. Beetroot tuna. Beetroot tuna. Impatient. Impatient. Spoil. Spoil. I was not a mechanic for 3 weekends before. I was not a mechanic for 3 weekends before. Our aunt was on the jury. Our aunt was on the jury. You didn't clean it at noon. You didn't clean it at noon. We should have taken a different path. We should have taken a different path. We always celebrate birthdays with cake. We always celebrate birthdays with cake. Electric kettle boiling water for tea. Electric kettle boiling water for tea. They didn't invade every year. They didn't invade every year. Do you know what you are drinking? Do you know what you are drinking? They like to go jogging in the morning. They like to go jogging in the morning. You should work harder. You should work harder. They can ride bikes, we can ride too. They can ride bikes, we can ride too. His brothers were collecting donations. His brothers were collecting donations. You shouldn't lie to your friends. You shouldn't lie to your friends. They use cars alternately on trips. They use cars alternately on trips. Is her uncle an esthetician? Is her uncle an esthetician? If you have any questions, you can reach me or the team. If you have any questions, you can reach me or the team. Can you lend me some money by payday? Can you lend me some money by payday? My neighbor was a firefighter. My neighbor was a firefighter. All of 2022. All of 2022. Did you ask all of us? Did you ask all of us? He studied for the exam all week. He studied for the exam all week. I need scissors. I need scissors. Where can I find kitchen utensils? Where can I find kitchen utensils? Are my grandchildren apprentices? Are my grandchildren apprentices? This is my favorite book. This is my favorite book. We were driving at night. We were driving at night. Will they not inform? Will they not inform? They should have chosen a different restaurant. They should have chosen a different restaurant. Sometimes they take a stroll in the countryside. Sometimes they take a stroll in the countryside. I don't enjoy every week. I don't enjoy every week. My dog is friendlier than yours. My dog is friendlier than yours. She is a nurse. She is a nurse. We should probably go. We should probably go. The problem was fixed by the technician. The problem was fixed by the technician. Are we in demand? Are we in demand? When the game is over, they will be playing for 4 hours. When the game is over, they will be playing for 4 hours. Do you mind if I examine your ears? Do you mind if I examine your ears? If you don't wear a coat, you'll catch a cold. If you don't wear a coat, you'll catch a cold. Do you have the money? Do you have the money? Can't you read? Can't you read? She likes to dance at parties. She likes to dance at parties. They do grocery shopping every week. They do grocery shopping every week. Couldn't he be an analyst later at 4 p.m.? Couldn't he be an analyst later at 4 p.m.? Was my daughter a travel agent? Was my daughter a travel agent? Whose is the red pen? Whose is the red pen? Was your grandfather a guide? Was your grandfather a guide? He needs to water the plants every day. He needs to water the plants every day. I can tell. I can tell. She wants to learn to speak Spanish. She wants to learn to speak Spanish. Does he have to play every week? Does he have to play every week? I don't notice anything in particular about it. I don't notice anything in particular about it. Seems to be an issue with the mobile site. Seems to be an issue with the mobile site. My favorite song is. My favorite song is. Next year, he will have earned his master's degree. Next year, he will have earned his master's degree. Energetic. Energetic. Shouldn't we stretch back a century? Shouldn't we stretch back a century? The laptop is too slow to run the program. The laptop is too slow to run the program. I would love to see your photos again. I would love to see your photos again. On weekends you go to the river. On weekends you go to the river. Likes to travel. Likes to travel. Do you agree? Do you agree? They adopted a dog from the animal shelter and named him Max. They adopted a dog from the animal shelter and named him Max. The book is in front of my eyes. The book is in front of my eyes.